Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Brooklyn Squad. How y'all doing? God is good. God is good. When I tell you, oh, he's doing some things for me, baby. So excited. But this damn shirt. I lost so much weight. This damn shirt. Okay. God. Hey, Brooklyn Squad. How's everybody doing today? If you new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hey, Kathy B. I do have some new subs that did join from Facebook, so I want to say thank you so much for subscribing. Oh, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going to be changing the times like I always do every day, but it's okay because it has to happen sometimes. But I'm here, right? Every day. I'm here. I'll get the time schedules on a basic level when it comes, but I'm here. Kenneka Jenkins, 2017, September 9th. Am I correct? Let me see. Let me check. Let me check just to make sure. Hold on. I don't know. I want to make sure it's right though. September 10th, 2017, actually. And she was 19 years old. Whew. Wow. She was a baby. She was very, very young. Very young. Chicago, Illinois. Every time I hear of Chicago, it reminds me of Jelani Day. For some reason. I don't know. It could be any case. But when I hear Chicago, it just reminds me of, I don't know, Jelani. Um, I think that this was one of the cases that rocked the nation. I believe that this case was talked about so much, besides it went viral, it got a lot of attention, which is good. But it's sad because another mother lost her child to a crime that I believe could have been prevented. Kenneka Jenkins was a 19 years old female from Chicago, Illinois. Beautiful, smart, talented, shy a little. And she loved to make friends. She was her mother's best friend. She was born May 27th, 1998. On September 10th, Kenneka decided to go. She had just got a job. She had just got a job, and her friends asked her to go to a party. It was a party at the Crowne Plaza Hotel, right? Now, she didn't tell her mother she was going to that party. Okay? She did not tell her mother she was going to that party. She went to the party. I don't know where she told her. I don't know where she told her mother she was going, but she did not tell her mother she was going to that party. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the video too. But she did. She went to the party, and it was a few of her friends and her. It was somebody's birthday. And they went they went to the party, and they was all having a good time. There were two rooms, two hotel rooms in the same hotel, but two rooms. I believe it was next to each other because it was so many people, so many teenagers. There was a lot of alcohol. There was a lot of alcohol. Of course, because there is a teenage party. I've been there when I was a teenager, so I get it. And I went to plenty teenage hotel parties and house parties, and I was younger than Kenneka Jenkins was. Um, Kenneka Jenkins disappeared out the party room in the hotel room itself. Or I believe they told her to stay there for a second and they be back. And when they came back, she was gone. She wandered off somewhere. They could not find that girl. And we're going to see the video because you can tell. At first, when I saw how she was moving and bumping into walls and this and that, I said, did somebody put something in her drink? Well, how much did she drink? I remember having one of those parties at a hotel with my friends. Yeah, Kathy B. Remember those hotel party girls? And the house parties also. I remember the big house parties, yes. Well, they couldn't find Kenneka. And they're like, wait a minute. She was just in the hallway. We told her to wait right here. I think they told her to wait. Let's go get her keys. She left her keys back in the room. Honey, when they came back, Kenneka was gone. She didn't got on the elevator and she didn't left. So now they're like, what the hell? Where is she? They're looking and looking and looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. There is no Kenneka. So now they're like, wait, okay. All we did was go in the room and get the stuff we had to get, our belongings and everything. Because I think at this time they were ready to go. Came back and our friend is gone. But my thing is here, Brooklyn Squad, is why did it take two of the girls to go inside to get the belongings? Just somebody hold Kenneka. Yeah, I saw she was drunk like that. She was very intoxicated. One stay in the hallway with her, and one goes and gets the stuff and then come back out. Very simple. It don't take both of you girls to go in or three of you girls to go in the room and leave that girl in the hallway intoxicated like that. I guess they always intoxicated anyway, and no one was thinking. And that's the problem. No one was thinking. Later on, they call Kenneka's mother and they're like, hey, listen, we can't find Kenneka. And of course, her mother's like, what do you mean you can't find Kenneka? Like, first of all, her mother didn't even know that she was going at this party. Okay, so now you got a problem because now you're in big trouble. You were supposed to be somewhere else and you snuck to a party. Okay. See, these teenagers, they think when they get 19 or 17, they could do what they want to do. You're at my house. You do as you told. Okay. When you leave my house, then you can go by your own rules. Well, Now Kanika's mother's like, well, just go back in because she's not really thinking anything of it like it's a big thing. She's just thinking, well, Kanika's got to be in there. Where else could she be? Just go back and just go double check again. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tripping. Just go double check. Calls back. No, we checked. She's not nowhere to be found. Now Kanika's mother's like, okay, wait a minute. Kanika had my car. Bring my car back here so that I can get in my car and go to the hotel. Because one thing Kanika was not going to let no one drive her mother's vehicle. She wasn't going to be responsible for no accidents or anything liability in her car. You understand what I'm saying? So I was always told my parents where I was going, even spending the night with my friends. My friends always lie. Yeah. The friends will stick up for you, right, girl? Girl, I know. Oh, and there's a link that I put, Kathy B. If you want, you could sign it. Um, it's about that hotel, and I'm gonna get to that also. But before you sign it, I'm gonna get to that also. I gotta sign it myself, but I was busy doing other stuff, of course. So now Kanika's mother goes there, right? And she's like, "My daughter was here at a party. Her friends called me and said that she's nowhere to be found." You would think that the hotel would be like, I don't know what the hotel's policy is really. But I would think that if I worked at a hotel and you tell me that your daughter was at my facility and now she's lost, because the first thing is not going to be she was kidnapped or anything. It's going to be like, oh, maybe she's lost. You know what I'm saying? It is a very big hotel. You know what I mean? And back then, I would think, okay, maybe she's lost. I'm going to do everything in my power to help you look for your child. If I was working at the hotel, I am going to show you the footage that I have. If there's nothing grimy, or if there isn't anything sneaky going on in my facility or my hotel, I don't have anything to hide. I'm going to show you the footage. I'm going to go and knock on people's door. I'm going to have my security go around. We're going to find your child. Not, do you have a warrant? Everything these days is, do you have a warrant? Well, no, bitch. If your child was missing at the hotel, would I have a warrant for you? Like, come on, the hell. Right. Always show camera footage. Right. Especially in a situation like this. You have a 19 years old girl that her friends cannot find. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Ow, my toe. Lord. So I'm going to hold it to that point right there. And I'm going to show you the rest of it. Well, it's going to start from the beginning, but I just wanted to tell a little bit of it. You know, I'm sorry, I'm not the best storyteller like these people are on the internet. Uh, but I did my the best, trying to do the best that I can. But I'm gonna show you this. I don't want to tell you everything else yet. I'm gonna show you the video, and then I'm gonna come back, and we're gonna definitely tell you more. Friends, ask the hotel what, babe? Oh, to see the footage? Listen, watch. Oh, what
and
happened?
reliable.
I'm
She
sorry.
had a close bond with her mother and enjoyed spending time with her family. On September 8, 2017, Kenneka informed her mother that she was going to go out with some friends to celebrate her obtaining a job
Right.
at a
I know what
nursing
you
home.
mean.
She told her mother that they would be
Yeah.
going bowling and then to a movie to celebrate her getting a job at a nursing facility. Kenneka borrowed her mother's vehicle and left the house at 11 p.m. on September 8. Kenneka's mother had just had breast surgery due to cancer, and Kenneka was serving as a caretaker. On that particular evening, Kenneka and her 3 close friends did not go bowling or see a movie. Instead, they headed to a party at the Crowne Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois, which was held on the 9th level of the building. The foursome can be seen on surveillance video entering via a side entry at about 1 o'clock in the morning. During the party, the group uploaded live footage on Snapchat and Facebook. However, it was obvious from the recordings that the girls were not enjoying themselves at the party. The final communication that Kenneka's family would ever get from her was a text message that she sent to her sister at 1:30 in the morning. At around 3 in the morning, the ladies made the decision to leave the event. Kenneka became aware, when she was in the lobby of the hotel, that she had forgotten her possessions, including her mobile phone and vehicle keys, in the room. Her friends volunteered to go get her belongings for her. Her friends are said to have left her in either the lobby of the hotel where she was alone, or in the corridor on the 9th floor near the elevator, according to some of the sources. They were gone for about 10 to 20 minutes. When the group went back to the spot where they had left Kenneka, she had disappeared. The friends looked all throughout the hotel in an attempt to locate Kenneka, but they were unsuccessful.
Nickelodeon was kid everything, but that marked one of the darkest chapters. These are 3 predators.
They made the decision.
Now, Kenneka told her mother, that's what she told her mother, she was going to the movies and bowling. I knew she told her mother she was going somewhere, but she sure didn't tell her mama she was going to that damn hotel now. On behalf of Brooklyn Squad, our deepest condolences and sending prayers to her family. For sure. Very nice, Kathy B. Yeah, she told her mother she was going to the movies and bowling, honey. She did not tell her mother she was going to the hotel. And that's another thing also. Um, that it slipped my mind. Her mother had cancer and just had surgery. So Kenneka was her caregiver at that time.
To give her mother Teresa the news that they were unable to locate her daughter between the hours of 4 o'clock and 4:30 in the morning. They asked Kenneka's mother whether or not Kenneka had possibly returned home without them. When they learned that she hadn't gone home, they drove to get Teresa and brought her back to the hotel so that she could look for Kenneka on her own. Teresa had the impression that Kenneka's friends were keeping something from her, but she was unable to determine what it was. In addition, she could tell that they had been drinking and that they were probably high. She inquired as to whether or not her daughter had been drinking, and they informed her that she had only had one alcoholic beverage. According to Kenneka's mother, her daughter has a poor tolerance for alcohol, and even a single drink would be too much for her to manage. She
Mm-hmm.
pleaded for assistance at the front desk, but they refused to assist her. She requested to see the surveillance footage, or for their security officer to look at the security footage in order to discover where her daughter had gone. However, they informed her that only the police were authorized to view the recordings. She was desperate to find out where her daughter was. Teresa contacted 911 around 7:15 in the morning to report that her daughter had gone missing.
911, where's the address of your emergency?
Yes, I'm at the Crowne Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends, and now her friends, they said that they left on the front of the hotel, and she's not able to be found now. She's 19 years old. And they said that when her friends was asking them earlier today, like about 4 o'clock in the morning, because they run the video cameras, they said that they didn't have no camera. But now I came and it was a lady. She said that if she heard music, and she asked me that I want to go upstairs, and we went upstairs on the 11th floor, and it was someone came to the room, and she said that she did see my daughter there with a group of girls and a couple of guys.
And they were saying that they haven't seen your daughter since she left, or?
No, I'm sorry, it's a new shift, and they said that they haven't seen it. Well, of course they wouldn't have seen it because this is like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Do you think it's possible maybe she went to one of her friends' houses, or?
No, actually, because she had my car. She was driving my car. She know I don't like nobody to drive my car because my insurance will not pay for nobody, no one besides her. And when they went to get her cell phone, she was standing in the lobby, in the front lobby. And then when they came back down, she wasn't there anymore. I'm so sorry, sir, but I just want to know, is it possible that maybe they can look at the camera?
I was about to say, even if I did send an officer, it would take a little bit in order for us to get the camera footage and for us to pass it on to the detectives division.
Okay. Okay. So what would you suggest?
Well, again, the only thing I would suggest maybe is just give her a couple hours. She could have went somewhere with one of her other friends. I mean, and who knows what her friends are saying is true. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You could tell not to be saying. You could tell it don't sound right. I'm a parent. I've been young before, and it's not sounding right. It don't sound right. Period. That's why I came out here myself because it sounded like they had been drinking. Honestly.
Yeah.
And I asked them, did she drink? And they said she had only 1 cup. But okay, my daughter ain't the type that normally she can't even take liquor. We cannot take liquor. We take the.
Why is that doing that? Okay, you heard what she said. She said that her friend said she only had 1 cup of liquor. Exactly, Kathy B. Exactly. 1 cup of liquor. And the video that I'm going to show you is going to show that 1 cup couldn't have been either she was drinking like a mother effer, which now I doubt that because her mother said she can't even tolerate liquor. Her friend said she had 1 cup. So that tells me that this cup was spiked. It was spiked. She was set up, in my opinion, allegedly. And I'll explain all that in a few.
Sip of liquor we drunk, honestly. And I'm like, 1 cup is too much for her,
The dispatcher informed her that it was possible that her friends were making up a story and that it was more likely that Kenneka was simply passed out drunk in some random hotel room. He instructed Teresa to go home, rest, to wait a few more hours for her daughter to arrive home.
Go home,
The
rest.
following day, Kenneka was formally reported as a missing person, and the next day after that, the investigation was started by the police. The employees at the hotel said that they had reviewed the surveillance tape but did not see anything suspicious. The hotel and the neighboring areas were inspected by the police, but they found nothing suspicious. It wasn't until an officer chose to go back over the surveillance videos at approximately 10 p.m. that he spotted Kenneka staggering through the halls of the hotel lobby at around 3:20 a.m. Kenneka seemed to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs. It seemed like she had a lot of alcohol in her system. She seemed to be confused as she continued to run into walls. After this, the authorities sent a second team to search for her and trace the steps that she had taken most recently. After taking the elevator to a lower level of the hotel, where she exited the elevator and tripped along the corridor, Kenneka had gotten herself into the elevator. The recordings show her going upstairs and then into another corridor. At one point, she can be seen heading into the men's restroom.
She looks, yeah, definitely spiked. Okay. I knew that commercial was coming. Remember the day of Spanish Fly? Ooh, child. I haven't heard that word in a long time, Kathy B. They have been.
She eventually stumbled into a kitchen that was undergoing renovations and was not being used at the time. The very
Spanish.
last video showed
Wow.
her making her way through the kitchen on her way to the double freezer. A
Wow.
cooler was located at the front of this freezer, and a second door led to the several freezer compartments. Although the video does not show her entering inside the freezer, it is believed that she unlocked the door, did so, and then became trapped within the dark freezer without being able
No
to
way.
find her way out.
No.
Even though this kitchen was being remodeled and was therefore not in use, the freezer was still turned on and operating normally since
Look
it
how
was
heavy
being
that door
utilized as additional storage for food for a restaurant that was going to be opening soon in the hotel. It was around 33 degrees Fahrenheit in the freezer. It was completely dark since none of the lights had been turned on. She was also sporting a white bra, torn jeans and crop-top denim jacket at the time.
is.
The way the cops described her, she seemed to be completely frozen. The police have said that they do not have any reason to suspect foul play. An autopsy report claimed that she died of hypothermia. It's possible that this is why Kenneka's shirt was pulled up. When a person is in the latter stages of hypothermia, they may start to think that they are really hot rather than cold, which leads to the phenomenon known as paradoxical undressing. This
Right.
behavior happens because the person believes that they are hot rather than cold. The first report from the autopsy was inconclusive. Kenneka had minor scrapes and wounds on her foot and ankle since they were exposed because she did not have a shoe on, but other than that, there were no scars or marks detected on her. There were no indications of a struggle that could be identified. The results of her toxicology testing indicated that her blood alcohol level was 0.112, which means that she was legally intoxicated. The presence of alcohol in her blood would have made the onset of hypothermia more rapid. In addition to that, tests revealed the presence of a prescription medicine in her body that, according to her mother, had not been given to her. It turned out to be topiramate, a medication that is used to treat epilepsy as well as migraine headaches. In addition, it may be used to assist in the reduction of body fat and the management of muscular spasms. The death of Kenneka Jenkins was investigated and
It's
determined to
crazy
have
that
been an
no one
accident.
else was around
Later on,
for
her
the
mother and her
party.
friends expressed their belief that the investigation conclusion was wrong. They think there was some kind of foul play involved. There are many speculations about what really happened to Kenneka. I will discuss a few of them. People think her friend sold her to be beaten and murdered by someone or numerous people at the party and then placed in the freezer. This is one widespread belief that her friends had something to do with her death. On the other hand, the surveillance videos demonstrate that she did not die somewhere else before going inside the freezer. In addition, there was no indication of sexual assault uncovered during the autopsy. Before contacting her mother, her friends had already spent an hour and a half looking for her, and they continued their efforts after the phone call. Others have theorized that the hotel may have had a role in her passing, and that her body being stored in the freezer was an attempt to hide this fact. Some people are under the impression that she was confined in the freezer after being enticed there by a member of the hotel staff.
I believe she did not open that freezer door by herself. That door is too heavy, first of all. No way. No way. And her mother works in a cafeteria school, and she said those doors are too heavy. And I used to volunteer in a shelter in a homeless shelter. And those freezer doors, I know for a fact, it is too heavy. She is clearly intoxicated with something in her system, a spike or something. They're saying that she was legally with the alcohol limit and there was a pill that was in there. I think this is a cover up. This is a definite, huh? Man, listen. Either that pill did this to her, which I doubt it, with one cup of alcohol. Come on. Or something in her system that didn't, in her blood that did not show up. Or this got to be a cover up. There's no way in hell. But I read something and I have something else to show you. Hold on. Let me finish this.
Some people believe that she was murdered away from the camera, then placed in a black trash bag, and placed in the freezer to make it seem as if she went into the freezer of her own will. The fact that they removed garbage at such a late hour raises eyebrows among some people. Because the party that was being hosted at the hotel was booked using stolen credit cards, and there was underage drinking and the usage of illicit narcotics present, many feel the hotel could have an incentive to cover up whatever happened to her. The hotel was informed about the party since a noise complaint was filed, yet they did nothing to put a stop to it. Many individuals are under the impression that the hotel attempted to cover up the facts surrounding Kenneka's death in order to avoid legal problems stemming from the fact that they hosted an unlawful party at their establishment. Another possibility proposes that the video footage was tampered with and that someone was following her around the hotel the whole time that she was staggering about. They allege that a member of staff removed the person who was following her in order to cover up what had occurred to her. They claim that the reason the hotel refused to reveal the recordings to her was because they were in the process of altering them to ensure that the hotel would not suffer any negative repercussions as a result of having a murder take place on the grounds. While it is likely true that the hotel did not want negative publicity, it would take great effort to edit out a person frame by frame without the footage reflecting these alterations. Aside from that, she seems to be disoriented as she fumbles her way through the hotel. She does not seem to be following anybody or attempting to avoid anyone. The family filed a lawsuit against the Crowne Plaza Hotel in 2018 for the amount of $50 million, claiming that the establishment was responsible for the death of their daughter. According to the allegations made in the lawsuit, the hotel acted negligently by failing to adequately secure the rebuilt freezer space and by failing to close it off to the general public. The lawsuit also accuses the hotel of being negligent for neglecting to do anything to prevent or put an end to the party, which had at least 30 individuals cramming into a space meant for 4 people. Even after receiving a complaint about the loud noise coming from the room, the personnel did nothing to address the issue. The complaint goes on to argue that the staff employees were negligent and that they did not enable Teresa to examine the video footage to assist in the search for her daughter, nor did they have security personnel look at the recordings for her. Teresa said that, if the staff had assisted her when she requested it, they would have been able to locate her daughter in a more timely manner. What happened to Kenneka Jenkins is an unimaginable tragedy. Her death could have been prevented in many ways.
I said that too. Crazy. Now, Kenneka also didn't have any organs. Her organs were missing. Yeah, I know I'm big about talking about shit like that on here. Kenneka Jenkins' organs were missing. Kathy B, yes. Oh, you didn't know that? Kathy B, I thought you knew that. You didn't know about that? She said, say what? Kenneka Jenkins' organs were missing, babe. Yes. Yes. Very sad. And very suspicious. Now, there was a security guard that knocked on the door that night about the loud music, right? There were 2 security guards. You don't remember that? That was the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing. Because they were saying that Selena Gomez had got what was it? I forgot the organ that Selena Gomez needed. Her kidney or something, or her liver or something like that. Yeah, that was the biggest thing. But yeah, her organs was missing. Her mother was screaming about it. My baby organs was missing. I'll try to find the video. Remember, there was 2 security guards that night. And when they came up to look for Kenneka, all of a sudden, the security guards wasn't there. So then the boys leave, but they forgot they left something in the room. They came back up to the room, and who's over there? The security guard. And the boys like, well, damn, we was looking for y'all to help me find my friend. I want to read you something that I found. Hold on. Let me see. Oops. Oh, no. Oh, no. In fact, I had sent it to somebody. Let me get it from there. Okay, here it is. There's 2 things actually I found. You know what? I'm gonna show you this. Let me show you this one. Let's go here. This is a petition. And it says the Crowne Plaza Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois, Oregon, still in private investigation. On September 10, 2017, 19 years old Kenneka Jenkins was found murdered in a freezer at the Crowne Plaza Chicago Hotel in the small city of Rosemont, Illinois. Most speculations have brewed upon the multiple social media platforms by the curious surveillance nationwide, whom are hungry for further information of the mysterious death of this poor 19-year-old girl. Many believe Kenneka's girlfriend set her up to face a harsh demise due to their Facebook Live video the night of the homicide. This was known perspiration painted of Black Chicago resident. The city of Rosemont has faced organ harvesting tragedies before. As recently as 2015, Arthur Rathburn and his wife were convicted of charges related to foul activity conducted in the city of Rosemont back in 2015. The FBI raided a Bioshore Resource Center lab in search of human body parts chopped up, packages for sale. The surveillance video of Miss Jenkins the night of her loss have been edited and not fully released to the public. Unsolved. The demands of this poor girl justice is high, and a purposely on investigation to be conducted on the Crowne Plaza Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois, where Kenneka Jenkins was found in a freezer. All the evidence of the case must be buried deep in the Crowne Plaza Hotel, and again, the private investigator proved by Kenneka Jenkins' mother should be allowed to solve this case, since Rosemont police will not allow the FBI to pursue the case. And that was another thing. They did not want the FBI to pursue the case, the police. Why? I have no idea. But as I just showed you and I just read, and the link is up there in the comments. This is the petition, and this is what it's saying, right? In 2015, Arthur Rainburn and his wife was convicted of charges relating to foul activity conducted in the city of Rosemont back in 2015. The FBI raided a resource center lab in search of human body parts. Sad, sad thing, right? Well, just give me a minute. Hmm. Boy. And that is Chicago, baby. Hospital, Chicago. Let's see. Biracial Resource Center permanently closed. Let's go here, shall we? I will point it out to you. Give me a minute to show you what I am reading. EIOLOG. Okay, where you guys at? Let me close some of these up. Let me close YouTube. And I am going to show you what it says. And thank you for joining me, Kathy B. So I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna find the one that I can find on Google. X-Body. That's Arizona. Hold on. Hmm. Hold on. Oh man. And here it goes. Let me see the reviews actually. A body where human bodies were butchered, packaged, and sold. The body trade is called. But that is no. Oh, child. I did not mean to do that. Okay, y'all can see it. Okay. Thank you, Mama. I'm trying to get to where I have it on my phone. Let me see. Oh, I think that is it. Hold on now. Oh, yup. Newly unleashed documents detail what federal investigators allege found when they. Can you see it? Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Newly unleashed documents detailed what federal investigators allege found when they raided two suburban businesses, Ishkella Park Crematory and the Rosemont office of the Biological Resource Center of Illinois, which arranged body donations for medical research in January. The documents say that the raid uncovered thousands of body parts and tissue samples, everything from the head, hands to the legs, torso. Also, parts of alleged body brokers, rings that illegally obtained and sold human remains of black market. Federal authorities say that the operation came to light after scores of body parts were found on ice instead of embalmed in warehouses in Detroit and Phoenix. Documents show some of the remains were infected with HIV, hepatitis, and other diseases, but nonetheless sold for medical training to hospitals and doctors in the U.S. and overseas. Federal agents say those body parts were supplied by Bioresources Center of Illinois. They also say the company lied to its donors, promising remains would be sold. Promising remains would not be sold. I'm sorry. But financial records obtained in January, the raid show whole corpses were sold for $5,000 an arm, $750 a head, 700 and heads for 500. So it's sold for $5,000, $750 an arm, and $500 for heads. Named in the documents are Donald A. Green II, the father and son owner of Bioresources Resource Center, and the Shirley Park cremations. That attorneys say has been cooperating with investigations. The unsealed documents are related to the search warrant executed in January. And yet, no criminal charges have yet been filed. No criminal charges has yet been filed. And on my phone, where I was trying to find the review, someone said, I'm not sure who would need research here, but don't. This facility is associated with many lawsuit cases in regard to illegal obtaining and selling the body parts of innocent people. The latest being a 19-year-old girl whose body was found 8 minutes away, walk-in deep freezer after 21 hours. They're talking about Kenneka Jenkins. Oh shit. That guy was right. Wow, I'm gonna have to change the title to this. It's thick, right, Kathy B? I remember an entire truckload of male parts coming from Africa on its way to China. Ooh, damn. Oh my God. Oof. Another person says this business has been closed for years because of the FBI raid and the owner are in court proceeding. Oh, and this has nothing to do with that girl's death. That's what some lady said. Wow, it's a shame. Let me see how this building looks. Oh, even the building looks scrunchy. All right, one more. I wanted to show you something else though. Hold on. Let me see. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, let me cut myself down. Also, Zack TV started questioning a lot, right? And let me pull that up. I'm gonna hold on. I want to show y'all something. I want to show you something, but I don't know if I can find it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I did find something. Okay. And rest in peace to Kenneka and rest in peace to Zacktv, because he went hard to find out what happened to this girl.
By now, but Kyle, just a little backstory. The 19-year-old girl
I'm gonna
who was
talk about
found
that too.
frozen in a freezer
let's
in the
check this
Rosemont Crowne Plaza Hotel.
That's right.
So let's start there. Let's start the night that you got the phone call about your daughter.
Okay. I received a phone call 4:34 in the morning from her friend stating to me that my daughter's missing.
Well, that's playing.
They can't find her. So I asked them, could they take their time, just have a little patience at first to see if they can find her. In the background, I hear one of the other friends stating, she tired of waiting. She tired of this. Getting a little rowdy. So I asked them to calm down and just bring my car to me.
Because your daughter because they were at the hotel for a party and your daughter was the driver of the night.
Yes, my daughter was the driver of the night.
They had her keys at this moment.
They had her keys. And they never mentioned that they had a phone until after I got off the phone with one friend. I called her phone just to hear other friend state to me that I have a phone too. So I asked them, I said, y'all, wait, hold on. You have my car keys and her cell phone? I knew something wasn't right.
Right. So, after that story, you obviously went to the hotel and began the search for your daughter. And the hotel at first wasn't as cooperative, correct?
No, they wasn't.
Okay.
From when me speaking with their friends, when the hotel, the friends stated to me that they was looking for, because I asked them, to continuously look for it first.
Right.
And she said that they was making them leave. The hotel was,
They were trying to kick him out.
Yes, they were going to kick him out that night.
And
because
this is like about 4:00 in the morning.
Oh, before.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They was going to kick him out if they leave and call the police on them to arrest them.
Now, why were they threatening to do that? Just because they were being too rowdy, making too much noise?
No, because they stated to me that they told them that my daughter was missing. They can't find her.
And they felt like that was reason to kick everybody out?
Yes, obviously.
When was the friends that called you, when was their last time that they saw your daughter, Kenneka, alive? What's their last reaction and interaction with Kenneka?
Well, they stated to me it was because I asked them how long she been missing, and they said it was 2 hours before they called me. I asked them why didn't they call me before. They said because one of the friends didn't want me to know that my daughter was missing. The one that left my house with Kenneka.
Now, but did they say how she broke from the group? Like, how did she break away from the group?
Right.
Okay, it was like two different stories. First, that day that she came, she came up missing, they stated that they left her in the front lobby, which is on my 911 call.
Okay.
Because that's what they told me. Then later on that day in the afternoon, headed towards the evening, they stated to me they left her upstairs by the room door. So
they changed where they saw her last.
Yes.
But isn't there a point, if I recall correctly, when they released the videotapes, there was a point where she got out the elevator, but somebody was in the elevator. Am I recalling that wrong?
Those were, I think, the allegations of people saying that they were in the elevator. Because there's been so many conspiracy theories when it comes to what happened with your daughter, Kenneka.
So we didn't see anybody in the elevator with her?
No, not in the videos, not that I saw. Did you guys see anything different? No, we didn't see anything with that. No.
Okay.
But again, so many conspiracy theories were being thrown out there. So now, okay, so you're at the hotel, you find her. So when do they actually, from when you get to the hotel, when does the hotel finally find your daughter in the freezer?
Well, once I arrived, they finally found her after the third time of us coming in, me and my family coming up to the hotel, begging for help from the hotel, pleading with them, and also Rosemont Police Department.
So it was like hours. Like, was it like 36 hours?
Yes, it was like 36 hours.
I have a question about why, if somebody says that their daughter is missing in their hotel, why wouldn't they be willing to help?
Right.
Did they give you a reason as to we're not concerned, she'll just show up, she's probably okay, and they just blew it off?
Exactly. That's what I said in the beginning. If your child is missing in a hotel, why wouldn't you want to help the parents? Unless you have something to hide, unless your hotel is raunchy, and you have something to hide. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Boo. Hey, Cherish. Unless you have something to hide or something. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? Mm-mm. Unless you're doing things in that hotel that you're not supposed to be doing.
Did they have a reason for why they're not willing to help at that point?
Well, they stated to me that, basically it wasn't their concern, the hotel, Crowne Plaza.
God bless.
And manager at the time. That's a police matter.
Oh, it's a police matter.
Mm-hmm.
And the police probably say a person has to be missing for
Y'all gonna have to
48
watch the replay
hours in order for you to
put
file
out
an
some
official report.
information I
24.
found
24 hours.
on
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, it's more than
organ
2 hours.
trafficking.
Yes.
Okay.
So when did they finally go look through the tapes
Yeah.
to realize, okay, she really was at this hotel? So I guess I'm trying to figure
There
out
was a
how did they
bias
discover
into
her in the
research.
freezer?
Okay.
That was
when my daughter went up there.
Your other daughter?
Needed.
Yes, my other daughter, Lenore.
Okay.
When she went up to the hotel,
her organs
when
were
I came,
missing, let's not
after
forget.
me returning back home, she headed out the door as I was coming in, her and two of her friends. And when they got up to the hotel, they asked, the person at the front desk if they can look on the cameras and see once again, if they see, if Kenneka was there.
Right.
And they stated to her also as well that it was a police matter. So she calls 911 as well. And the police suggested that and told her that he couldn't leave and come up to the hotel to meet her. She would have to come down to the police station. Once she came, got to the police station and made the report, the missing person report, the only reason that Crowne Plaza Police Department came back up to the hotel, not because of my daughter was missing, not because of the missing person report, was because Lenore forgot to put her signature on the missing person report paper.
Right.
So
it's the Rosemont Police.
Yes,
correct?
the Rosemont Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
So once he got there, and he had called and asked her where was she. She stated that she's back up at the hotel. She's telling the person at the front desk at the hotel that now she has a missing person report number. She stated, could they look at the cameras, and they still deny her, to see if her sister was missing. She asked the Rosemont police officer, if he can give her a copy of the police report. He stated to her, it'll take all day, he can't give her a copy. So she asked him, could she have the number to the missing person report? So upon his arrival, Lenore asked him, could you please look at the cameras, the security cameras, to see if they see Kenneka. Right. And he finally.
So I'm thinking that Lenore must be Kenneka Jenkins' sister.
Agreed. He would. He went into the security office, from my understanding.
And this is the officer that we're talking about
yes,
right now?
the officer that made out the missing person report.
Okay.
Lenore stated to me that he went in there like 5 minutes, came back out, and stated that on the first missing person report, that he searched front and back, and he did not see Kenneka entering or exiting the building.
So that means she wasn't there, according to them.
According to them, she wasn't there.
Okay. So who found Kenneka in the freezer? And did they find her just by accident, or did they find her because they were looking at the videos?
Okay, well, when we was there, the Rosemont Police Department stated that they're the ones that found Kenneka. But with me looking at the news and reading in the paid newspapers, an employee found her. So that's a good question. I really wouldn't.
Yes,
you're not for sure.
I'm not for sure.
Right.
But you actually, they brought you to see Kenneka while she was in the freezer.
After being denied at first, because I asked them, and I went online on Facebook because I needed help. I was looking for help, and I start timing myself basically to let them know, just in case if something like this come up, they couldn't say that I wasn't, conscious enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was like
Right.
out of my mind or whatever.
Right.
And I stated, because I had made a post on Facebook before that, when I was in search of Kenneka, that I needed help, if somebody see my daughter, to inform me, and after I made this live video, I re-entered the hotel and I asked them, how
Ain't
was
no
she
way
laying?
she walked in that
The head
freezer, girl.
detective, how was she laying? He stated she was
That
laying on
freezer
her
door was
side.
too heavy.
And I said, was she laying? How was the legs? Was they curved? Curved?
Right.
Like in a fetal
Fetal
position.
position.
Yes. He said no, they were straight. I said, okay. Next question: can I see my daughter? How she died? How she laid in the freezer? As I wanted to see her.
Even her mother, who works in the school cafeteria, and I volunteered in the school cafeteria, in the shelter cafeteria. Those freezer doors are very heavy. She was very not. I can't even say intoxicated because it looked like she was drugged. She had one drink. So, I don't even know what to say if she was intoxicated. But yeah, she was very drugged. Yeah, she had one drink, Cherish. And there's no way she opened that freezer door. And I do believe that the cameras were sliced and diced and all around. I do believe that, yes. Yes.
He said the detective stated yes. An hour or two went past, give or take. The sergeant come in.
Yeah, that door was
with a
too
very
heavy. That
rude
girl couldn't
attitude.
even hold her own balance up. Imagine trying to open the door.
No, you cannot see her.
Mm-mm.
It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her. So I asked him, with the card that leading detective gave me, is it possible that
Question
he
that
can put
security guard.
write his name on the back of the card? He stated yes. After he stated yes, I said, and as well as your badge number. And I hear him whisper to the detective, badge number.
Since he's
So
been
then he said, as everybody getting ready to round up to go,
before.
he said, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna speak with the coroners and see what they can do. So here we go, hours later. 5 hours, maybe a little bit more, but rounding it off, 5 hours later, they come to me and states, only I could come see her. Me, I'm allowed, and I could bring one more other person with me. That's when they allowed me. They walked us back there. They said, wait, this is a crime scene. You are not allowed to take any photos. You can't touch, and don't touch anything. And they watched us as if we was there. Like we was involved in it. It seemed like the crime scene was on us, not what went on with my daughter.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you see your daughter in the freezer now. To bring up to date.
No, I'm sorry. No, at this time,
Ouch.
they had removed her from the freezer. I asked them, yes, they removed her from the freezer. When they removed her from the freezer, by the time we came 5 hours or plus later, more later, rounding it off, Kenneka was laying on a stretcher in a white body bag already.
So you never saw her?
I never saw her. I never saw her. They stated as well that there was no signs of foul play.
Right.
Like it was just a normal look.
That's what they
no
said.
No signs of sexual harassment and anything.
Right. So do you believe differently?
From seeing the pictures, yes, I believe different.
Because the pictures came out. Before that, though, the video came out. So when we saw the video of her trying to find her way throughout the hotel, what did you think about the videos?
That she was wandering in the hotel and she needed help. And, she had a hotel, a 5-star hotel.
Right.
I know it was surveillance. Just like on each floor, they might not have cameras all through the hotel, but entering and exiting the elevator, there are cameras.
But it is her on the camera because, like I said, so many conspiracy theories. Some people said that's not even her on the video. You do believe it was your daughter on the video?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe they're saying that in one part of the video when she's walking towards the refrigerator, that's her last time being shown on videotape? So do you believe she could have just literally walked in there and got locked into the freezer? And what they're saying to be true is she got locked into the freezer and she died because of
I remember that.
the coldness. Do you think that could be true?
Well, see, we wouldn't even be sitting here today to guess it. It was the camera as we went in there. If you could look at the video, me and my daughter, which is some of the parts what we did. As we went in there, I'm looking at my daughter, and I looked in her face. She had a disgusted look on her face. That's an angry look, or somebody agitating her, this type of look. So I'm looking. And then I asked them, I said, can I see the freezer? Because I work in the cafeteria. So you can't tell me that she walked in this freezer and couldn't get out. Because of our freezers. And not only that, me working within the CPS, cafeterias, before, every freezer has a release button or some type of handle, whereas you can't get locked in this freezer unless you're been locked on the outside. You get locked in from the outside.
Which would have taken, obviously, somebody else to do purposely.
To do it, right.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
what you're saying.
Yes.
There's no way she could lock herself in by herself.
Exactly. So once entering, and I see the freezer. Now the leading detective stated to me, she just walked in the freezer. Mm-hmm. This is before I told him I worked within the cafeteria.
Right.
She walked in the freezer, and when she walked in the freezer, she walked in. He never mentioned it was a double freezer. Walked in the freezer, closed the door behind herself, and just froze to death.
Right.
Shit.
So I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I said, so she couldn't get out? He said, no, she couldn't get out. Because once you locked in, you locked in.
Right. But he doesn't know what you know about freezers at that time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Did you go into the actual freezer that your daughter was in? Did you try to see what your the theory, how you can get out of it if you're in that particular freezer?
Okay, well, I'll tell you like this. We wasn't ever to actually go inside their freezer, but they had both of the doors open. I asked them when I first went back there, so you're saying it's a double freezer? He said, yes, but on our way back there, if you can see in the video, I'm pointing my finger. I'm looking for cameras. I'm looking for cameras because that's my purpose, because you can't tell me this happened with no camera in around, and every time I point, I see a camera. Except when we go by the freezer, that's blocked off, which it was a camera above that freezer. And okay, we're gonna go back to that. I'm sorry, please forgive me. When I go back to the freezer, they had both of the doors open, and I'm like,
she's saying there's a button you can get out though. She works there.
Big
She works
white
the place like that.
I said, so is this a release button? He said, the detective said yes. And the sergeant standing back there with us as well. As I said, we were being watched as if we're the criminal, or we did this to my daughter, as if we was going to get arrested. So he stated, I asked him with the other freezer, the second door. I said, is this a release button? Big white button. Maybe, as they say, you couldn't see, but it was lightning in the freezer. And only thing we saw on the floor was a big piece of ice made in a triangle. And I'm like, okay. I said, so I that's when I stated, I work in the cafeteria. I've been working there for 7 years. I say, there shouldn't have been no way that she shouldn't have been able to get out these doors. I thought you told me, and I asked the detective, you said that she couldn't get out. How is that when is release buttons on each one of these doors? And he just shook his head, He
doesn't understand.
So where are you now as far as what it is that you want to see? They've closed the case officially.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know that you guys are not happy about that.
I was just about to say that shit too.
So what do you want to see happen? Where do you see this going from here? Are you trying to get more people to come in and reopen the case? What is it that you want to do?
Yes, I would love for the FBI to come in.
Because she couldn't.
The reason why I said that, they stated it was a natural cause before any medical examiner or anything. So the Rosemont Police Department knew this would happen with no professionals. They said it wasn't no sexual harassment or any, assaults or whatever.
An assault is sexual.
Right. Exactly. But how is that? From looking at the pictures, obviously you'll see that it was something going on. At least, with that if you would have just saw it without being a professional doctor or whatever, examiner or whatever, first thought would have been them being professional cops. Hey, it's something had to go on. And then to come to find out after all that, at the closing meeting, my daughter asked them, "Did you all take fingerprints?" And they said no. Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Dust the body, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because I work in the cafeteria once, as I mentioned, and in the cafeteria, you got to clean up behind yourself.
Yeah.
That's sanitation,
Yeah.
So, question. Well, two things. One is because the Rosemont police did actually turn down, because the FBI at one time
They
make
said
an
that
offer,
if they were reached out for assistance, they
and
would.
so Rosemont turned that down. Correct? They didn't want to have anything to do with the FBI coming in
allegedly
on the case. Secondly, was the question ever presented to the people of the hotel? Why was this freezer even still in operation if it wasn't being used? Like, because I'm
Right,
under
'cause
the
the kitchen was supposed to be closed.
I'm
right?
under understanding that kitchen was closed and that stuff wasn't even being used. So why even have it on? And then if she goes in there, she's just inside a room. She's not inside a freezing room. Did that ever come up in conversations with the hotel?
No, I never found out about this freezer wasn't working or none of that until after the fact. I'm hearing it from the media or whatever, and my attorney as well, after
she's gone. Right,
after
right,
she's
right,
gone.
Right.
If the FBI comes, they're not taking no for an answer. The police turned it down. They didn't want them involved, though. I wonder what made her go that area in general. Makes no sense. I believe she was trying to find her way back. If you see the video, she looks very intoxicated, but now we know she had one drink. So something's not right. I think she was drugged. That's my own opinion. And I do believe she was trying to find her way back. And that is a big hotel. When you're drugged or intoxicated, could just imagine, trying to find your way back there. She know where was going
And then at the
on.
meeting, the sergeant said they'd had numerous of murders, deaths or whatever, however he named it. Don't quote me. He said, but this is the first time we ever had to deal with an attorney. And rolled his eyes at me like, how could
We
you be
so
mad at me when
desire.
I'm the
Right.
one
We
that's
don't
taking the
know.
loss?
We
You
can
understand what
Right,
I'm
right,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
anytime.
where do you
Like you was doing something wrong.
exactly.
Right. If nothing else, people should have been treating you with compassion.
Exactly.
If nothing else.
And with the cell phone, they did ask me twice for her phone. And you know why? I was afraid to go back up there because the next day I asked the detective when he called my phone and when he was asking me about her phone and to come up there, come back to the Rosemont Police Department to come up there. And I was not going by myself because I knew I needed some help.
Right.
Yeah.
The hotel offered to pay for Kenneka's funeral. Did you accept their offer?
Okay. They offered to pay for her funeral.
Yes.
You know why I did not accept? I refused. Because even though they offered to pay for it, they never once gave me their condolences. Well, of course, they probably did after I made initial clues to Facebook and the media. How could you offer to pay? You all don't care. It's not about money.
Right.
It's not about money. That's why I reached out to the world,
right.
For help. And I'm still asking for help because something's just not right.
That's right.
I want to bring up some of the activists. Actually, how I got in contact with you was via Andrew Holmes. He's the one that gave me your number. And we actually talked the night prior to when the videos were released. And I know you were upset with him because what happened with that? Did he have the right to go? Because he was the first person to talk about the videotapes. Did he have that right from you to do that?
No, he did not.
Okay,
first of all, Andrew Holmes just popped up from nowhere. He stated to me, I asked him when he called my phone, who gave you my number? Who is you? He stated that he was somebody because I'm asking for help. Right. So I'm figuring, he coming to help me. And He stated to me that he was from Chicago Police Department. He's a special investigator, and he's gonna get me answers. So,
Special investigator.
yeah, that's what he stated to me.
So you were misled.
Yes, I was misled
Okay.
from the beginning.
From the
He
beginning.
chose Andrew home.
Do you have any communication with him now or no?
No.
Okay.
There's no need.
Right.
I know other activists, I know from Facebook you accused of them raising money without your knowledge all the way for the protest.
Yes.
So what was that situation? Because they were saying that, money's necessary if someone gets arrested and for the buses, and that they explained that to you, and you were okay if they got money to take care of those situations.
Listen, let me tell you something. I didn't know my purpose of being out there. I thank God for everybody. Whichever way they did it, I asked for help. When you ask for help, you can't direct the help, which way this help going to go. But as far as them collecting money, I never knew about it until I made a status. I wish I would have known. I would have actually wrote down a date. See, like I said, I did timing again. And I went on Facebook to let people know that I did not know, it was when they collected their money, I was not aware of it.
Okay.
2 days later, I don't know how many days. When I found out, the day I found out, they stated to me that they're gonna give me a ledger, and before we leave the protest that day, and I'm like, ledger, honest, I'm like, okay, what is this? And they stated to me that it was funds that they had collected because of the protest, and I'm like, oh, okay. They said, what do you want to do? They asked me what I want to do with it. I said, well, if you all collected for the protest, save it. And it was some people got locked up, and they was like, they was like, somebody got locked up. I said, well, go bond it out. Don't y'all have that money? I didn't want to touch it, because if they collected if that's what they was doing, then I'm a firm believer. If this is what you're doing, for whatever reason, y'all decide to collect it without my knowledge, finish doing what y'all doing. It's not about money. And like, it was people that got bond out, they had to pay out of their own pockets, And I'm like, they have the money. I don't have no money. I'm getting calls saying, where the money at? They told us you had the money. I said, I didn't never touch nobody money.
Okay.
Right. Don't put the money.
You didn't even know the
Exactly.
money was being
I didn't even
raised
know.
to
I
do
didn't
that.
know.
Right.
I didn't know.
Right.
And it's like, as you all, because I'm putting it out there. I'm looking for help, but I'm also focused. And people,
Okay, I know
like
why
they're
she's
doing
not
certain
feeling
things.
him either, because
And
he
I'm
said
not.
that
I'm
she
not the
opened it.
victim. My
Okay.
daughter was the victim. But don't try to put me a part of that, because I don't believe in using people.
And I think that's the question. Kendra spoke on it, but I think some of the other activists that are out here, if you've had direct contact with them, or if you haven't, what would be what would be the overall message to them right now? Because I understand where you stand, but what would be the overall message to them? Because sometimes I feel that they can do more harm than help.
Exactly.
In this situation.
Exactly.
So what when you sit up, if you had one message that you want to say to them, what would it be?
My message to them is, stop taking advantage. And if they haven't took advantage of nobody, then don't do it. Especially when a time of need, when someone is begging and grieving, don't take advantage of them. Do what's right, and stop using God's name in vain. Because you could trick a whole lot of people with the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I never met none of the activists, besides Mark. I knew him, from the neighborhood.
Right,
but
right.
Personally, none of the activists. So they're coming out and they introducing themselves. Well, of course, they make it seem as if they're here to help you. And all along, everybody's out for the same purpose. So I'm not going to say everybody, but the ones that fall into that category.
Right.
Right.
And it's sad.
It is very sad.
It's such a devastating story. So
yeah, that's really sad, man. And it happens a lot, and it's some foul shit. Like, if you're not really here to help, you're doing more harm than anything. You know what I mean? So sad, mom is still looking for someone to blame and not showing herself grace and mourning her child. Her child got herself in bad situations with people who didn't really care for her and left her. Many are known to do this part. Oh, yes, of course. It still goes on, Cherish. You know that, girl. Barbara says, I'm so sorry you feel that way. I cherish. Yeah.
This moment, and kind of just to pick off what Kyle said, because the photos came out publicly. Was that your first time seeing the photos too?
Well,
So this guy, that she was talking about, what's his name again? Andrew Holmes. He has said something about that Kenneka walked in the freezer and closed the door. I don't think she was feeling at the mother. And some other things also, but that's one of the things that he did say. A lot of people do more harm than good. And that's the
showed us
really
4
aggravating
of the photos when she was in the freezer, and one
that's going through this, you know.
One of the photos, the 5th photo, that was like a picture of her when she's walking in the
Churches,
lobby.
we still have to use
Well, when I saw the
logic.
photos on last weekend, I was like, I was heartbroken because, you know, my mom passed and I have photos when my mother died, but obviously they're not public. I never want them to be public. And I was like, you know, this story has become so transparent that all these photos and your daughter's last final hours we get to see. And I was just like, that is so, it's sad to me, you know, because at the end of the day, this is a public story and we all need answers, but then you are also a mother and this is your child. And do we really want to have the world see your child at her last moments? You know, like it's just difficult. So we all feel for you. We all feel for you because to go through any loss is terrible. To go through it in front of the public eye is unimaginable.
Exactly.
So from the city of Chicago, so you do not agree with the simple story of your daughter walking into the freezer and freezing to death. That is not acceptable to you.
That's not acceptable.
Okay.
Especially when it was cameras that should have showed not only besides the back of her, but the front of her as well. You know, it was a camera directly over this freezer.
They haven't showed us images of that.
I know at the meeting, the closing of the meeting, I asked the detective and also as well as the sergeant. And the sergeant said aggressively, there wasn't no camera. So I guess the camera disappeared too.
Right. Because all the images we've seen are her walking through the kitchen, but then she disappears and we don't see her actually walk into the freezer. But you're saying there was definitely a camera there.
It was definitely a camera there.
What about the statement? Because there was a lot of controversy about whether or not Andrew Holmes actually said, we see on the camera her walk into the freezer and the door closed behind her. I was one of the people that said, yo, I know I heard him say that. But then when I went back and I tried to find the transcripts, I couldn't find it.
Andrew Holmes called my phone. I had just got out of, you know, I'm still elucidated from my surgery, you know, because I had an infection, you know. And he stated to me on the phone, which I made a live of that too. He said, earlier that day, and I was so, you know, distraught because I'm like, did you see the camera? He said he saw her. He saw the camera of her walking into this freezer.
Physically walking into the freezer.
And I asked, and I said, for real? He said, yeah, because they was trying to get me to come down there by myself. I said, no, I'm not going to come down there. I want my attorney. You know, I'm not coming because I was afraid.
Right.
If they doing all this line from the beginning, what makes me think they won't try to do something to me? So I said, okay. He told me to get on. He said, what you should do is get on live.
Also waiting on them to speak about the organ missing because I've never heard that. I did. I heard that from
the mother's camera of Kenneka walking
in the first
freezer.
beginning.
I said, okay. He said, because the hotel is not making no money.
Yes.
They want
I did
us to
hear
stop
that.
this. They
Black
want us to
video.
stop.
You're
They want
sick.
to stop saying the hotel Crowne Plaza want us to end it. I said, okay. You know, the protest. And I said, okay. So I thought about it, you know, with me just hurting. I've
Yes,
lost my daughter.
Mom.
Wait, I'm just getting over cancer, lost my daughter, and then I have a person I'm being betrayed, stating as if they're for me, they're gonna get answers. Then you give me these type of answers, even if, but without me even seeing the video. Like, you're a complete stranger. You popped up from nowhere.
Right.
You want me to, but I don't believe your words either, because even though the Bible tells you watch as well as pray.
Yep.
So you mean to tell me I'm going to listen to your words and do exactly as you say?
Not having seen it for yourself.
Not having seen it for
You're
myself.
saying he just wanted you to say what he told you.
And that's the fact. Me just want to listen to words. I would have listened to the Rosemont Police Department when they stated my daughter just walked in there with no type of exit way, no way to get out this freezer.
Right.
I'm not listening to words. Show me. Right.
So
when
as
it was cameras.
So as a follow-up to that, I just want to ask you, since you obviously don't believe the narrative that they gave you, what do you believe actually happened? Do you have are you saying I'm still looking for information, or this is what I believe happened? Do you have something that you believe happened?
I believe that it's a cover-up. I believe I'm still looking for answers. They can't see if I wouldn't have never saw these cameras, they could have showed me exactly what they're saying to me.
Teresa,
I'm not
right? That's the
denying
mother's
nothing,
name.
but show me. That's all I asked them in the first
So
place.
the autopsy report says that she wasn't violated. You don't believe the autopsy report?
No.
Okay.
They didn't see any signs of violations.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Right.
no. Because from the pictures, what do you think?
The pictures did. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I saw the pictures, because her shoe was off, like she was scratched, it looked like something happened to her. But then when we looked more, was it hypothermia?
The definition of hypothermia, and in the last stages is hypothermia. It feels like your body's burning. People try to take off their clothes, and you actually kind of go insane, for lack of a better term. Could do anything from viciously scratching yourself, hitting your head up against walls, or whatever. So when we read the definition of hypothermia and the symptoms and the stages of it,
and within that definition, it also states that they're normally the average person is normally found naked, right?
Completely naked.
Completely naked, exactly. So once again, no signs of sexual assaults, right? But you see in the pictures is her breast is out and her pants is unbuttoned and halfway down. So maybe not, no signs of it. But I don't know what's the sign. What do they call the sign of sexual assault?
Right.
So you're not saying I believe she was sexually assaulted, but you are saying
Oh,
show me some proof to the things you're telling me.
That's it.
Did you
Hey,
Did you reach out to
Lindsay,
anybody
what's
to do
up,
an
girl?
independent autopsy? Not one that the city did, but
What's up,
one
Mom?
that you did on your own. Maybe there was somebody you could reach out to. I want to do an independent autopsy.
Yes, I did. I did have my. God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, we did. We had
For real,
our
keep
own
fighting for
independent
justice.
autopsy. I'm still waiting on the results.
Okay, so
Yes.
those results are not back yet.
Yes, we
and-
had it done after. The
Gotcha.
medical examiner did theirs.
What's
I
up,
think-
boo?
And this is just
Been a
my
minute.
personal opinion on it. What I really hate about this whole situation is there was a young lady with a promising life ahead of her. I understand that she had just got a new job and was about to start doing great things. And all we can talk about is conspiracy theories. And I, as a father of 3 daughters, like, I don't know, I'd be out of my mind. Like, people's lives would change because I'd be out here crazy. So I commend you for keeping it together.
Thank you.
But
Absolutely.
it's just sad that, we have to have all this mess
Exactly.
over this young girl's life instead of her just being able to rest in peace, which we're trying to find the answers
Right.
to
Exactly.
so she can rest in peace. I get it, but it's just it's heart-wrenching for me because, like, seeing the pictures of her, I started thinking about my 18-year-old, and I had a conversation with her about this is why it's important to be aware of your surroundings and everything else, because you're just speechless. You know what I'm saying?
And not only did me searching for answers for my daughter, I not only thought about my daughter, I was unselfish enough to think about the world.
Everybody's children.
Everybody's children.
The
or
village.
either themselves.
The village.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I wanted them to be aware, because the way that they was telling me and the covering up, if it didn't happen before, it's gonna happen again. So I wanted to bring awareness.
Yeah,
to
with
the
all the
world.
sex trafficking and stuff
you know,
that's going on out here,
save somebody.
it
My
leaves the
daughter's
door open.
gone.
Yeah,
Right.
Save somebody.
Are you? What are your feelings towards her friends that were with her that night? Do you hold any blame towards them?
like I stated to them, I'm not blaming anyone because everybody at the hotel I look at as a suspect.
Okay.
I'm not saying that they did it. Everybody that was there that night.
Okay.
So, like I told them, I stated to them after they came to my house looking, I said, I'm not saying y'all did this to my daughter, but what I am saying, you all should have had enough loyalty not to leave my daughter.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I can't feel, hatred or none of this, and then I know people probably judge me or whatever. They're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Especially since you teach, I know I do specifically. I literally just said this to my daughter yesterday, who was 18, like Leon's oldest.
Mhm.
I said, yo, when y'all out here moving around, it's safety in numbers.
Yeah.
Y'all stay
Exactly.
together. Y'all go somewhere
Exactly.
together. You come back
back
together.
together.
Everybody
Yes.
watches out for each other. You don't let
That's the
nobody stray
problem
off.
right there.
So I totally understand you saying, look, you may not have done this, but
See, that's the problem right there. First of all, these people don't know how to do. First of all, it reminds me of when Alana Lanier's mother said, "This girl don't know nothing about girl code. She broke the girl code." Okay? When you go somewhere with your peoples, you stay together. Y'all see all this stuff that's going on. These girls see the shit that's going on. All this trafficking. And trafficking is heavy as hell, yes. Trafficking is very heavy. Trafficking is heavy at these hotels, yes. And don't forget, Kathy B, oh my God. The airplane thing, is right there. You know what I'm saying? The handles on the outside doors are not hard to open. You just pull it. When they traffic them, they disappear. The airport, yes, thank you. The airport is right there. Oh my God. Man, stick together. These girls, they just go here, you go there, you go there. No. It shouldn't have taken 2 or 3 girls to go back in that damn hotel room and get her keys and her phone and leave her outside the hotel, outside the door, knowing that she's tumbling and she's all like this and she can't even stand up straight. One of y'all stay with her and the other one go get the phone, the coat, and everything. Why did it need to be 2 girls to go get the shit? Because when they came back, homegirl was gone. Kenneka was already walking around the damn hotel. I followed the story. She was drugged. That's exactly. And probably died where she sat down at then. Then her friends at the hotel sold her organs right out the door at the hotel. Right. Remember when the mother said, Lindsay, that her organs were removed? Do you remember that? Because I remember that. While her mother was at the hotel looking for her. Right. Yeah, we know she was not trafficked. I'm just saying, in general, hotels are a place for this. They cover up. No. I know that, Kathy B. I'm not saying she was. I'm just saying hotels are known for, you know what I'm saying, trafficking. And not just hotels, though. Many, many places. You know? Man, listen.
you let my daughter wander off.
Exactly.
And this is a result of what happened.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Now, but from the videotapes, it does seem like your daughter
I was
was
gonna say something else,
intoxicated.
but
Was she drinking or was it pills? Do you agree that maybe she was under the influence in some way?
And it's the epileptic medicine too.
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, can you explain that?
Now, see, from my understanding, as me speaking with the doctor, he stated to me that that level that they're trying to say, because I'm reaching out and asking,
Right.
and he stated to me that that's not even a level where you could be sloppy drunk, as though the video is saying. He said that's like a tipsy level, and the medication is not enough, strength to have her like this. So, which shows that she, whichever went on, whatever was in her system, she was still strong enough to try to fight it off. She's still trying to look for a way out. How could that, go unknowledged from the security, from the hotel? Some employees that was down there in the area that she was seen in. How could not, no one not notice my child? And then when we came up there looking for my child,
why is she still not making it a
we couldn't
point
get no help from no one
about the organs? Because the high school boy who organs were missing, they made
we
it.
don't really have the words, to take away the pain. I wish we had it. We've all experienced loss in our own personal lives, so we do understand what you're going through. We want you to know that our hearts are with you.
Thank you.
And that we appreciate you coming on our show this morning and giving your side to the story.
This is not the first interview she's done either. She's done other interviews.
Not just Chicago, outside.
I know I heard her say that.
And I'm not sure if it's public. You mentioned a second ago, but you experienced breast cancer.
Yes.
And the week that everything was happening, the reason why Andrew Holmes saw the videotape before the mother is because you had surgery that day.
And he knew that I was going to have surgery.
She was going to
that
surgery
Wednesday.
Right. Yeah, she had surgery the Wednesday prior. So that is why he saw the video prior to you. And how is your health in that manner right now? Are you fine with the cancer? Is it completely gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Well,
yes.
thank God for
thank
that.
God. Yes.
Thank God for that.
With no chemos, radiation, no pills.
People, you are still in people's prayers. People still want to help you. So do you have any outlet? We know there was different outlets for people to donate monies. Are there anything that someone listening right now that might want to contribute to you financially in any way? Is there a way to
Lindsay, do you remember when the
right
mother
now, I don't
said
have no
that
outlets.
her organs were missing?
I had a U-Care, but I closed it down.
I'm trying to see if anybody else heard that.
So how are you carrying on?
Because I know I'm not the only one that's all over the internet.
Steps or what petitions or what moves are you making? Because I know you said you want them to reopen that investigation. How are you trying to get them to do that?
Well, hopefully by coming to you all.
Okay.
Attending everybody, reaching back out to everyone that reached out to me as far as coming on to their show as a guest.
Yeah.
I'm ready now. See, I had to see what their findings was or try to get help from them, maybe figuring, because I didn't want to talk about something I didn't know about.
Right.
But here go the proof with the pictures and all that. Just what I thought. Something just not right.
Okay. Understood. One last question I wanted to ask you. Earlier we spoke on this and you said that Rosemont, we spoke on it, the fact that Rosemont turned down help from the FBI.
Right.
Are you able to go to the FBI directly and say,
I don't want to deal with that. I'm not the only one who heard that, right?
I don't know. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
No evidence of physical
and before we let you go, something I want you to get this out to the world. To any young ladies that may be listening around the age of your daughter. Play the role of big sister.
You said that was for the news.
In their life.
Yeah, they did that with Jelani too.
Right now, from your loss,
they said Jelani organs.
Something that they need to take heed to.
Okay, this to the young girl.
Not missing, and then his mother came out. His organs
y'all
was
think y'all parents,
once
especially
again,
your mothers and your fathers,
harvest.
Don't.
There was nothing left.
They know everything.
Body.
All nationality they do.
No,
when it comes to listening to your parents, listen. As far as your friends, if you're going to be friends, don't leave one another. Keep that loyalty within. If you go out together, come back together.
Mm-hmm.
Don't never underestimate. Always suspect the unexpected at all times.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your strength.
Absolutely.
We love you so much.
Yeah,
we love you so much. Your family is in our prayers.
No doubt.
I just wish we had more words to give, but just know that the love is there. And you spoke to the city of Chicago and you are the mother, so we will honor your wishes.
Thank you.
Do you want all the conspiracy theories on Facebook to stop? Though we didn't bring that up, but how was that with all the Facebook people coming in with their ideas? Did that hurt you in any way? With at one moment before we saw the video, it was allegations she was being raped in the video, the first Facebook Live. Like it was so many.
Or it was they were harvesting her organs. Like I've heard some of the craziest stuff, and to the point where having met you and having talked to you, and I was like, yo, dog, like,
let's see.
Like I'm in the barbershop, man, fam, come on, y'all got to stop this. It's confusing enough as it is.
Right.
Exactly. See, I say it like this. Well, of course, people are going to speak up on something they don't know about.
Okay.
It ain't nothing no one could say to me that can hurt me more than me losing my child.
Right.
So everything they saying is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Unless they could show me that camera that was on top of that freezer, then I'm gonna listen. Well, of course I watch.
Right.
But I'm not falling into it. See, they wasn't there to see this camera that was directly on top of this freezer. I know this. That's why, okay, it's good to look at the theories because, hey, the hotel wasn't, or the Rosemont Police Department wasn't giving us anything. My attorney study asked them before I had to go to court to subpoena these records, and we're still not getting them all. So, hey, like I said, when we went to this closing of this meeting, as far as my daughter in this freezer, they only showed us 4 pictures, but then they put up in there, on their website, more pictures than what they showed us.
Right.
And then they also, I forgot, before we say in this, they said it wasn't no faulty foul play. I wonder, what was that? Did y'all see the picture of her fingernail?
I don't remember seeing that particular picture.
I don't know if that was black ice on her nail or a piece of a garbage bag. So, all this, why not take fingerprints?
Right.
You see all this evidence, and then
they
didn't see
we were
anything,
respectfully
no faulty
to
play.
agree to disagree. Basically,
somebody, FBI, somebody look up into it to try to help.
And just to be clear, you're saying that they're actually, with your own eyes, you saw a camera that was pointing directly to the freezer.
That was over the top of the freezer.
Yes, that
so
was
you
over
would
top.
have had a visual of anybody walking in and out in that area.
Exactly.
With your own eyes.
And what did they say that when you asked about that camera, you get no answer?
The day of, as I'm looking at the freezer when my daughter laying there on the stretcher, in the white bed.
That's what was right.
That day,
right.
I asked the detective.
I wonder if we can find
the sergeant about that camera. I pointed to the camera. And I asked him, did that camera work? Because he told me it wasn't no camera in there around, like that could have caught her walking into this freezer. So I said, is that camera working? They looked back as a shock. And the detective stated to me, he don't know. He's going to, look into it. Okay. So that was the first lie, because you said it wasn't it wasn't no way that you could see her entering or exiting this freezer. And the sergeant just said flat out, no, that camera didn't work.
Oh, thank you, Barbara Russian.
Wow. So all the cameras work, but the one camera that needs to confirm everything.
Right.
But the freezer was still operational.
Yeah, but the freezer, and then also
I can see how I can see you as a mom not being okay with the information, because just as a public figure, I'm just going off information given, and it's like, well, it seems like maybe what's been presented to us, it seems like maybe she was, unfortunately inebriated, didn't know where she was going, like she was finding somewhere to go and walked into the freezer, and that could have been the end of it. But after talking to you and saying that there actually was a camera that can show everything, that does raise more questions.
Yeah. It sounds like, with everything that you've given us today, it makes me feel like we got just enough public information to agree with this narrative. And here's what we're showing you. That's it, guys. Case closed.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can understand your feelings.
Because we could all come on here and agree to disagree without coming out the side of their mouth. How about that? I wonder, Lindsay, I wonder if I could look that up. Let me see. Hmm. Let me see something. Okay, here is the Cooks County medical records. Oh Lord, I can't see. This shit's so tiny. Yeah. Um. Hold on, I'm gonna put it up. I don't know if y'all would be able to see it. It's really small. But let's see. The medical examiner who did autopsy has a very shady background. This is just my opinion on the Kenneka case. Just like the one with the Jelani Day case. He had a shady background too. Hold on. I'll pull it up for y'all. Let me just close some stuff. Y'all want to see it. The hell? Oh, it did go there? Okay. Uh, oh, what happened? No, 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 no. Wait, 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 wait. What did I do? Kenn. What the hell? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm taking forever. I'm trying to get to where I found it on my phone. I didn't have no problem pulling it up. Then when I go on the damn thing, I'm having a freaking problem pulling it up. Let's see. Yeah, I can't really see it. It's so small. But it says cook of the medical examination, Kenneka Jenkins, 19 years old, black, female. I don't, you know what's crazy? When I look at something on my phone, I don't have no problem pulling stuff up, right? But for some reason, when I go on search on a certain area on here, I can't find the same exact thing where I found on my phone. Like, I don't understand that. That's weird. Mm. Did y'all find it though? Did anybody find it? The body is clothed in a white bra top, blue denim jeans, blue jeans, purple underwear. The body is left gray shoe. Wait a minute. Accompanying the body is a left gray shoe. Cook County Morgan identification bands are on the vertebral great toe and right wrist. Hmm. I'm just reading this, and when they said her bands was on her, her feet. I don't know if y'all remember, but Jelani Day, they couldn't even identify him really because he didn't even have the band on his toe. The body is cool following refrigeration. Right motors is well developed in the upper and lower extremities, neck and jaw fixed. Red pupils lividly is present on the left anterior and posture surface of the body, except in areas exposed to pressure. The body is well preserved and is not embalmed. Yeah. Uh, oh, the medication. Yeah, but her mother was saying that the doctor said even that little bit of medication, it would have never made her react the way she was reacting. So why was it, if she was drugged, right? Why could why didn't they find anything in her system? That's the only thing. Because her mother said she's not a drinker. She can't even tolerate one drink. You know what I'm saying? And the friend said that she only had one drink there. So one drink wouldn't get you, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. Her teeth were natural and in good repair. Examination of the neck reveals no external evidence of injuries. The chest and breasts are symmetrical. No breast masks are portable. Each nipple is remotely pierced. One and there is a multicolor barbella type stud in each pierced defect. The abdomen is slightly round. The pubic hair is shaved. The external genitals are those of a normal adult female and are free of injuries or abnormality. The clinical hood is remotely pierced and white metal bubble. I know I'm not saying certain words right, but I apologize. Type stud is in the piercing defect. The partial torso is without note. The anus and persунum, I don't know what that word is, and atraumatic and unremarkable. The back and buttocks have no traumatic armament, unnormalized. The upper and lower extremities are well developed. There are no bony defilements, penton anemia, or palpable fractures. The fingernails are covered by nail polish, covered by white nail polish. That's what her mother was talking about. The toenails are covered by white nail polish. Okay, she has tattoos, evidence of injuries. She had abrasions on the left and right ankle. And on her leg. I'm trying to see if there's anything that's like her mother's the one that said it. I know I'm not tripping, but I want to make sure. Hmm. There's a lot of shit, y'all. Okay, the upper airway is clear of the breast. The right kidney gram, the left kidney, so she had her kidneys there. The gastric muscle slightly analyzed. It looked like she had her organs in here, but she had her kidneys though. Let me see. Oh, Topamax. That's what I take for my migraines. Dizziness. Thank you for what? The side effects of Topamax. Side effects. Alcohol may worsen the side effects of medications such as dizziness, poor concentration, drowsiness, unusual dreams. Yeah, I don't know. I guess also it depends on how much you take. I don't know. Oh, for stating the facts? Well, I hope I'm reading it right. Cause I ain't never look at no what you call it, you know, none of this before. So I just want to make sure I'm saying the right. But they saying that she has her liver. I see liver. I see that, or kidney or whatever. Hold on. Pelvis. Ooh. Thyroid. Kidney. Liver. So she had her liver, she had her kidneys. That's that part. That's what they're saying on that part. That's us. No cuts, bruises, or trauma to the body. Organs have to be cut out, yeah. So why would her mother say that? Because I know I heard her mother say that. I know I can't be tripping. I know I heard her mother say that shit. She's not been completely dead, and as they thought up a plastic garbage bag, kicking and screaming for her life, those injuries her foot. Could be. Could be. Could be. I played it earlier with her mother. God, I played so many videos. Ouch. This thing is hitting my damn leg. But I don't know why. I don't know. They were saying stuff about her mother being a little weird anyway. And I'm not saying her mother is weird. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure why her mother would say that. I'm gonna believe a mother's word. So when you say that your child's organs were missing, I'm gonna believe a mother's word. That's the facts for me. You know what I mean? Can't remember it was the mother or the guy whose video you played. I'm not sure. I think it was a rumor. I think that it was a rumor that her mom thought was true, but never mentioned it after the autopsy. Probably. I know I did hear her mother say it though. Because she was crying. I would never forget that shit. I hope I find that video. I'm not going to go searching all night for the video. I got cases to work. But I do remember her mother was like crying. And she was like, my baby's organs were missing. You know how her mother be like boogies and crying everywhere? Yeah. That's why I was like, oh shit. And that was years ago. That was like when it first happened though. That's when it first happened. So that's why I was like, oh my God. All this time, like if that baby's organs were taken out, she may not have been completely dead. And they thought and woke up or came to in a garage bag, kicking and screaming for her life, though injury her foot. Right. Oh, I thought I showed that. I did show that, right? Okay. I'm going to find out where it came from. Well, good luck. That was sad. Good luck to finding out because I don't know. That was a while ago, and it's everywhere, of course. But I want to know. I want to know where the mother video of that is at. Cause I know I heard that from the mother. I know I do a lot of cases and stuff like that, and I work my ass off uh, putting these videos out, but I know I'm not bugging. I could have swore. If somebody else heard the mother say that, if you know, and if you're watching my video, let me know in the comments, sorry, but that I know I ain't tripping. I know I ain't bugging out. And if I am bugging out, I just be a bugged out bitch. How about that? It's the first time somebody bugged the fuck out. But no, if somebody watching a replay, for real, uh, later on, because people do watch the replay. If y'all heard her mother say that, just put in the comments like, yeah, I did hear her mother say that. And if y'all can find the video, let me know in private message though. Okay. Private message though. Private message. Cause I swear I thought her mother said that. My mother was crying hard, saying my baby's organs. And then Lindsay, that part right there that you said, the part that was missing, that's the part that I remember hearing about. But I don't know. It's crazy. The autopsy report says right here. Actually, I'm going to post it. Oh, you know what? Do you have it, Cherish? Are you looking at it now? Did you find it? I'll send it to you. Hold on, let me see. I can send it to you. Oh, I have to let me see something. Oh wait, let me go to my other thing. I gotta switch my Facebook accounts. I don't know why you're on my business account when you should just be on my other account, but oh, you're looking at it now. Okay. All right, cool. So I don't have to send it. All right, cool. Do you want me to send it to you? Kathy B, I'll send it to you. I will send it to you, Lindsay, but I don't have your thing. I wish I could thing. I send it to you, Kathy B, if you want to see it. Yeah, she said it and then came back and reelected her claim. So she did say it. Yeah, she said it and then came back and redirected her claim. Okay. So maybe she thought maybe she heard the rumor and then put it out there. But damn, that ain't cool because you got hoes bitches like, chicks like me thinking that shit is true. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool. Got me over here talking about, yeah, they took her organs. They took her organs. Her mama said so. Her mama said so. And just to put it out there, everything ain't going to be facts. You ain't going to find everything facts. That's why we say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? That's you just not going to, you just not going to, it's not going to happen. That's realistic right there. You're just not going to find every single thing a fact. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people know that. I mean, come on. Come on, be for real. Some things you can't prove, you know what I mean? That's why we say allegedly on here. And people know that everything you can't, everything is not going to be facts. I mean, that's just kind of common sense, really, actually, also. Yeah, but true, we believe the lies and think the truth is a lie. That too. But a lot of times you cannot find stuff. It's not here. You can't find it. Especially if you're doing true crime. If you're not doing true crime, you probably don't understand what I'm saying, but I'm talking about people that do cover true crime. Like a lot of times we can't show factual facts. You know what I'm saying? We just have to go on what we have and what the parent says. You know what I'm saying? And that's what her mother said, you know? What's his name? Uh Zack. Zacktv. Yeah, I wanted to talk about him too. Because he had got really deep into that case. Remember? He got really deep into the Kenneka Jenkins case a lot. And they unalived his behind. Like they took him out. They took him out. But he got a phone call. He had got a phone call saying stay away. And that, I don't know to y'all, but I'm a keep it 100. That voice sounded to me like Kanika's mother when I heard it, but I don't know who it was though. Has anybody heard that voice? What do y'all think about that? That was weird. Unless somebody used it to seem like it was her. Oh, it's 11:20. Child. Did you get it, Kathy B? Oh, you didn't get it. Wait, hold on. I'll send it to you. Hold on. I might have to send it to you another way. Let me see something. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you like this. That way I know you get it. Now, I bet you get it now. Let me see. Now you definitely got it. I was trying to send it to you the other way, and I said, let me see if you got it, and then you didn't get it. But now you got it because I messaged you, texted. Anyway, let me get off of here. I wanted to do some more stuff, but I think I need to take a break and and talk to my higher power. Yeah. Yeah. I think I need to take a break and talk to my higher power. Everyone, have a blessed night. And thank you for joining my platform. I appreciate it. I truly, truly do. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you, Lindsay, for stopping by. It was so good seeing you. It's been a hot minute, girl. Thank you so much.